You know what I mean? Not just like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to go in off a giggle, liggle, diggle, ziggle. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what's up, world? It is your boy West Coast, and we are live in the building, man. And when I say we, I say we, because I got some we's on the building, man. We got my boy Landlord from Alabama in the building. We got HTM Sports from in the building. And then look it, right up under me, man. No, that is, oh yes, the bearded wonder himself sipping on some of that Landry. Is that Landry juice or is that is that Jimmy juice? Let me know. What is that? What is that? Is that
This is a specialized blend called Lion's Mane.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oh man, he done went to Savannah for that.
I ain't even helped on that yet, man.
so is that how
Yeah.
you so okay, I got you.
Yeah. Somebody gonna be looking it up and trying to Google it and say, yeah, that's what I'm gonna get on.
Oh man, hey, my nigga, I heard that. So yo, hey, you guys already know the voice, man. I ain't even gonna disrespect my boy by introducing him. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm introducing him, that means you disrespect him. Because that means you don't know him. You feel me? We got Law Nation in the building, man. What's up, man?
Damn.
All is well, man. I can't complain. You know it is what it is. Let's go.
Hey, listen to me. I got a public service announcement to all the Dallas rappers. I need y'all to drop a hot mixtape or something so we can use some of y'all sound bites. Like Yellow Beezy, where you at?
Hey, say less. I ain't no Dallas rapper, but you know, say less.
Hey, we're gonna have a big landlord in here dropping a hot 16, man.
Yeah, drop some
You know
bars
what I'm
over here,
saying?
man.
You know I got you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Big X,
I got
sound effects.
Yeah.
Though. So I'm gonna have to get some Big X in my show because
Hey, I think Lil Uzi, he is from Philly though, huh? He a Philly
he
dude.
filled out too.
He fill it out.
Super Philly.
Have
Like,
you seen his alter ego?
Yeah, he,
Talk to the little girl he dressed up as.
you know what?
It fits so well with Philadelphia, don't it?
Now,
Oh yeah.
Now, if he had dressed up as a shit eater, then you know it would have fit them better. But you know,
No doubt. No doubt.
but hey man, listen to me. You guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there's two things you guys must do. Actually, since there's a couple of us on here, it's a couple of things y'all going to have to do. But hey, the mandatory things, and this isn't even just mandatory, these are called behaviors. These behaviors need to be personified in every content creator's content that you watch. That means if you're watching West Coast content, Landlords content, content, HTM Sports content, Boss Cowboys content, it don't matter. If you are watching a independent content creator, you are required to share their content and you are required to support their content. How do you do that? You do that the shares by hitting that button down there. My boy Landlord got a dope little saying. What you say about the shares, Landlord?
I say hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge your card. I promise. It will not.
I heard that. So hey, I need everybody right now to hit that share button. Now, YouTube, there's been this conspiracy out there saying that you can't share on YouTube, but we found out, Murray, that is a lie. You know what I'm saying? What we found is you can actually go to the bottom of YouTube and you can share it on your Twitter to all your twiggers. You know what I'm saying? You do. If you on YouTube, you need to go down there to the bottom, and it looks like a big old eagle's beak. You know what I'm saying? Punch that eagle's beak and share that on Twitter, share that on YouTube. Well, you can't share on YouTube. You share it on Facebook, and you can share it on Instagram. YouTube, you can share. And Facebook, we just need you to share it in every Facebook group, amazing, that you can find, in every inbox you can find. That is your requirement. That's mandatory. That's free. Next thing I need you guys to do, there's these thing called stars. There's these thing called super chats. What are stars and super chats? Well, first off, they're the exact same thing. All right. The only difference is YouTube, they call their super chats and super stickers. And on Facebook, they call it stars. Either way, your ass need to support it. You feel me? Because what are we gonna do? We are going to take those stars and those blessings y'all give us, and we're going to create more content, and we're gonna do things like go to the draft, which we're doing next week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Going down.
Last thing I gotta say before we get straight into this content is this. All of us have a raffle we're doing. Listen to me, West Coast Cowboy. I'm already paid for the draft. Henny's already paid for the draft. HTM has already paid for the draft. Our raffles are only to recruit what we already put in, but we going. Want to know why? Because that's our job. You feel me? So my raffle, $10. Henny's is $5. Landlords is $5. You already know the slogan. It's $20 to get in. $20 and you're all in on the raffle for no matter who you supporting, and we getting it. You know what I'm saying? Now, You feel me? Hey, since hey HTM, I'm gonna let you start it off, man. Shout about 4 or 5 people over there that's helping you pay them bills and keep them lights on. And we're gonna go through this, and then we're gonna jump right into the content.
Already, well, I got my boy Steven Harrison over here showing love. Michael Lockhart, part of the Wrench Gang, tapping into the liquor store. I appreciate you. Marky Franklin, Regina Green with the green. I see you. Jazzy Jeff, Kelvin Hicks. I see y'all. Hey, and y'all remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, you will get a discount off of all items in the store. So please use your discount while supplies last.
Hey.
Unless you're gonna do it.
Do it. All right, so go ahead, Law. I know you got a couple people over there that's helping you pay them bills.
Well, appreciate everybody for jumping in over this side, man. You guys know who you are. Hit that like button, share this thing. Let's go. Let's get it.
And then landlord, man, shout some folks out.
What's happening with everybody rocking with me, man? Shout out to Fish 82, the Buzzer Beater, C. Burleson, Miss Regina Green, DP, Michael Lockhart, Ready Red, Chill Bill, Kevin Hicks. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. We appreciate you.
Let's rock it. Let's go.
Sir. Yes, sir. And then, hey, man, over here on West Coast Cowboy, Trina, man, Kelly Boone, I appreciate you. April Barnes, appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's on Wrench Gang over there in the YouTube. We appreciate y'all. Wrench Gang, y'all know what y'all do, man. Appreciate y'all the love. And let's jump right into the content, man. So listen to me. Yesterday, man, I woke up to my cousin actually. Was that with HDM? Was that you that called me this yesterday? I ain't gonna lie, West Coast Cowboy. I get all my breaking news from HDM Sports. You wanna know why?
yeah. I live in Texas, and Cuz is about 2 hours behind, so that's usually why I get it before him.
Yeah, but take that to the bag. You know what I'm saying? That's why I follow him too. You feel me? But yo, I woke up yesterday, man, to Jalen Hurts being paid $255 million and being enumerated, as my boy Boss Cowboys would say, as the highest paid player in NFL history.
I might have to hit one of these on that.
Yikes. Let's go around the panel real quick and kind of talk about it. Law, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna toss it to you first, man. What was your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? What was your thoughts and what was your content based around when you heard that Jalen Hurts is now the highest paid player ever?
I mean, it's a brilliant move for the Eagles to get in front of that before Joe Burrow get his bag or Justin Herbert. So you don't have to make the justification to overpay for what they get paid for. As far as getting in front of it, extending it, that's pretty good for them. They will look at it from this aspect of it for the next 2 years. Jalen Hurts will only count $10 million against the cap. So they could still utilize his contract to get more and more guys out there to help solidify the Eagles team. But at the end of the day, I still look at it like this, y'all. You know, Jalen Hurts, he never beaten Dak Prescott, right?
Never.
So I look at it from that aspect of it. And on top of that, with the no trade clause, if things go south, you can't get rid of them. So then you'll have to point to where it hurts, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with that sentiment. And you know what I said yesterday is the right strategy might be the wrong player to do it with. You have not really seen much from Jalen Hurts outside of this one season of production. And even though he made an all-pro selection, his team went to the Super Bowl, this, that, and the third. Those first 2 games in the playoffs, he was really a no-show. He did not. All his passing touchdowns came in the Super Bowl. To put that to perspective, he had 3. Right. All 3 came in the Super Bowl. So it wasn't like he put his team on his back. He played a Giants team that that Dak Prescott has beaten every year since 2016. And then he played the San Francisco 49ers, who were down to Josh Johnson, who I did my research. He has been on 15 professional sports teams across the NFL. And then you look at these alternative leagues he's been playing in. So like, this is a guy that's been everywhere under the sun playing football. He has not been very good doing it. So when you look at like their level of competition to get to the point where they got, it's not really, it doesn't really move me. A weak schedule. They did not win the division last year, so they didn't play a first place schedule. They played some subpar teams in the playoffs, and the one time they played, some good quarterbacks, they lost. Dak Prescott beat the brakes off them boys. Patrick Mahomes beat the brakes off them boys. So when they played real competition, they didn't get the W. So, like I said, it's probably the right move. Like you pointed out, you get to leapfrog everybody. The sooner you pay somebody, the sooner it's a discount.
Yeah.
But like you don't know what you're gonna get from Jalen Hurts, and especially with his style of play, 11 rushing attempts a game is not something you can sustain.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
And
you.
here's another thing before anyone else go again. Jalen Hurts himself, he's a stand-up guy, good guy off the field or what have you. And the media knows how to mask all of that. Shout out to Nicole for working that out with his agency, first female all black agency there to get that unbelievable deal. But here's
Salute.
the thing. This situation, whereas he had off-field surgery, if it was the Cowboys, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin would have been knowing about the ankle surgery that he had, right? So I just want to empower the Cowboys to take notes, not saying that you got to do the exact same thing, but we got 3 guys that we got to pay. Terrence Steele, Trayvon Diggs, as well as CD Lamb. I don't want the aspect of these guys having off-season surgeries or anything to impede the process of them getting their bag and their coins. Those guys need to get paid right now. That's my thoughts on it. I think that the Eagles did a great job of moving in silence. That's all I want to say with that.
Hey, Law.
So that really go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, Law. I feel like you was almost about to get your ass canceled, bro. Because I feel like you was about to utter. I think you was about to utter a compliment to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Objectively speaking, objectively.
The name of this show is called Cowboys Uncut. So legally, we are not legally responsible for the views. We have a little saying that we like to say we're not responsible for the views. Of the post of this show. You feel me? Because it's
right.
Allegedly. You throw allegedly out. You can say anything after that.
Say anything after that. But yeah, man, that really made me kind of piggyback on what Law was saying when he was saying because to me it's 2 sides to this. You got the side that I kind of like the way they did business. They got it done. You know what I'm saying? They jumped the gun to me, but they still handled it. They didn't have to get ugly or muddy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a public tug of war battle going on or none of that. They just got it done. I would like my Cowboys to do something in that fashion as well. But on the other side, the other side of the coin, I feel like I feel like they jumped the gun. I feel like they the guy, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they did it way too early. I feel like they the guy who dated the girl one day and proposed at the end of the date. You know what I'm saying? I think it was too quick. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Now he had an impressive season, but he did have a spectacular team around him. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm just happy it's not my problems. I'll say that because they just jumped the gun, in my opinion. I think they jumped the gun.
Landlord, let me say this too. This is not the first time they done did this. Remember, they paid Carson Wentz before Dak got a chance to get his contract. They paid, of course, Goff, Wentz got their coins, got their bag. So this is what they do. Now, granted, for all of the Eagle fans that's out there that say, Jalen Hurts, he threw for 3,000 yards and he had 22 to 23 touchdowns, etc., right? And he took his team to the Super Bowl. What have the Cowboys done in the last 20 years or so, or 28 years? Well, excuse me. We seen McNabb go to the Super Bowl, never to return, right? Oh, we seen other guys go to the Super Bowl to never to return. And Rex Grossman took his team to the Super Bowl, and he had 3,000 yards, right? And 23 touchdowns. I want y'all to look it up and let me know what Rex Grossman did the following years. Now, they got benched. And they lost in the Super Bowl. So, write that down, Eagles fans.
I think they jumped the gun, Law. I
think they jumped the gun. Hey, shout out to T Smooth TV for the $2 donation. I appreciate you, kinfolk.
Hey,
even with Nick Foles, I just wanted to say that go ahead. He won a Super Bowl for them, and they just said screw you. So
this is my thoughts on it, right? I don't necessarily think they jumped the gun because they didn't have more time. There wasn't this is the situation with the Eagles, right? They don't have more time to wait and see. If they wait and see and he balls out again, you got to think like this. Now he's balled out 2 years in a row, and he's a unrestricted free agent. So now you either have to franchise tag him, and with the contracts are going up, the franchise tag, like what I like about this deal for the Eagles is this. The Eagles said, you know what? I would rather just give a deal and trust him for 6 years, or trust that he can get better, than to give him a franchise tag in a year from now. Or and I'm gonna tell you this, what I also respect about this, and this is what I will say about the Eagles. Listen, Dallas Cowboy women are prettier. Dallas food tastes better. The water in Dallas tastes better. The uniforms in Dallas taste better. What else? The kids are just better in Dallas. Your hair grows longer in Dallas. You feel me? Like, it's just your confidence is higher in Dallas. But one thing I will say about the Philadelphia Eagles is this: if they believe in you, they believe in you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. Like, I do wish that my team would take this. And I'm gonna be honest with you, to a degree, I think Stephen Jones is kind of, because I want to show y'all this clip I got from yesterday, right? This is a clip Stephen Jones says about his top regrets in his time as an executive for the president of the Dallas Cowboys. And the 50-year-old doesn't need, I put the clip up right now. He says he doesn't need long to come up with an answer. This was Stephen Jones' greatest regret. Probably would have signed Dak the first time around. He said with a big laugh, and it would have been better for everybody. I think what Philadelphia does with their quarterback is they understand something that Cowboy fans don't understand. And that is, my quarterback is not going to be the sole reason why we win a Super Bowl. He's going to be a contributor to it, but it's still our responsibility to put a good team around him. And I'm going to tell y'all this right here. One thing I respect about the Philadelphia Eagles is this. Ever since Jalen Hurts has been their quarterback, they recognize, bro, this dude is not a good thrower. Okay, so what do we got to do? Go
run more.
Run.
Not even run more, but improve the guys that catch the ball. If he can throw good, he needs a Heisman Trophy wide receiver, and then we're gonna go get a $20 million wide receiver at AJ Brown.
Yeah. That's
and then they read up what they done with Dallas Goedert too.
And so that's what I would say. Like, listen to me. This is the most gangster statement I say. If the Dallas Cowboys had this approach with our quarterback, we would be in the same situation as the Philadelphia's. Like, I'm not saying we would have won a Super Bowl by now, but I'm saying I believe we would have been close, because think about this. There's whole seasons where we just wasted on is Dak the guy? Is Dak the guy?
Right. And then the next year, is he the guy? So that's why you get back-to-back franchise tags. And they do that across the board. It's not just to Dak Prescott. They did DeMarcus Lawrence the same way, right? Franchise tagged the man twice. I go all the way back to 2015. They franchise tagged Dez Bryant coming off of the 2014 season.
Yes,
now
they
ripped it up and finally gave him the contract, but he had to fight for it, right? So, and then Jerry Jones had to make a statement. Hey, when I take showers, I think about Dez Bryant and stuff.
You do what?
Crazy. We were saying like, hey, you saying all of that? Why you didn't pay the man when it was time to pay the man? But the Cowboys do the Cowboys ways, and it's all under the Jerry Jones philosophy or Stephen Jones, one of those Jones guys.
Yeah,
right.
Go ahead.
Now, I was just going to say, man, like, it's always good to pay your players early. And like you said, it doesn't really matter the position. You know, I really want the Dallas Cowboys to get Trayvon Diggs or CeeDee Lamb out the way, because we know that both those markets are going to skyrocket. Anything that's attached to the passing game, you know, has a premium value to it. The quarterback market is huge. So, of course, the left tackle market will be huge. Of course, the wide receiver market will be huge. You know, it's a passing league now. So, you know, especially with a guy like Trayvon Diggs, you know, he has a very good possibility of trying to hold out. And I don't really blame him if it came down to that, man. Like, he is a guy that's up to make $100 million on his next contract, and he's currently playing on a 1-year deal for about $4 million. So, you know,
he don't get the incentive. 2, if he doesn't hit the incentives.
Yeah, if he doesn't hit the incentives, it's 2. So I just need them to, you know, they lose on these situations all the time, which is the frustrating thing about it. They always are in a position where they're bidding against themselves, and while they're wasting time, dragging their feet, you know, the market around them continues to skyrocket. So I don't necessarily, you know, think that the current strategy has worked out for us at all. Because even look at look at Tony Pollard. Like I said, look,
exactly.
I just finna say, man, like the running back market all around the league has been depreciated.
Yeah.
And the Dallas Cowboys are in a position where Tony Pollard has a broken leg, you know, not a high market for running backs, and they still couldn't find a way to do anything but franchise tag them.
It looks like we finna find ourselves in the same situation. See, the only reason I wanted the Cowboys to get in front of the contracts is because I feel like Dak Prescott is the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a question. It shouldn't have been a question as long as it was. And I feel like the Cowboy organization has betted against Dak every single time. I just want them to bet with the young man for once. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time they might have bet with him is when we got Amari Cooper. But think about it, since day one, they was betting against that. They betted against him. They had Romo waiting and lurking, waiting on him to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's a bet against that. Then, once he ended up playing good for a couple of years, you bet against him with a franchise tag. Just bet with your quarterback, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see from the Cowboys. I feel like we can become the team that we want to be. They just got to go ahead and push the chips in the middle of the table and bet. This is the closest thing to a real bet that we done had since we got Amari Cooper. And you seen what kind of quarterback he turned into once you gave him a little help. Everybody needs help. Nobody is a one-man band for real. You need help to get to the next level, man.
And I'm going to tell you something else, that betting with your quarterback, you know what that also means? Getting them top-end players, too. Like, for whatever reason, the Dallas Cowboys fandom, we have always wanted to see, well, let's see if Dak, like, before Dak got Amari Cooper, you know what he had to do? He had to prove to the Dallas Cowboy Nation that he couldn't do it with just him, with some guys.
Yeah.
Like, and you know the sad part about it is people use that against Dak. Well,
they do. Yeah.
They almost treated Dak like he was an offensive line, right? Because you know how people used to say, with that offensive line, you can put anybody behind him and they can just run. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they basically said, well, if Dak is good, if he's good, you should be able to put anybody out there.
They used this year against Dak. I feel like they took away from him and we actually overachieved.
I am not going to mention the name on this show that I have promised not to speak because it brings up too much drama.
I already know who that is. But, you know, me and Wiz goes to fight all day about this.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off with that.
Hey, let's do it then.
Oh, you talking about that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You talking about
me and Winston had epic battles about those shows.
But you know what I'm about to do though? I'm about to use the gun that you brought to the gunfight to shoot up everybody. Go
ahead.
You mind the time your Facebook because I don't mean that. But I'm gonna use the bullets you use because you, sir, just told me, sir, that the Cowboys, sir, to be betting against Dak Prescott, and I was like, yeah, I got him now.
Gotcha.
Birdman said, I got it. Don't finish that thought, because as soon as you finish that thought, I'm bringing up Dalton Schultz. Hell yeah.
It's the truth though. This another bet. Like I said, bro, like me and Wes had a big debate. It was epic too, but about teams taking bets. You have to bet at certain situations. I think he came around and agreed after a while. You know what I'm saying? But in certain positions, you have to bet. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Now the whole situation and scenario with Dalton Schultz, and I know that you guys might not want to hear this, but it goes all the way back to the franchise tag. And they put him on the franchise tag. I will tell you, a 3-year deal is better than a franchise tag. And by him playing on a franchise tag, what it says to the player is, we want you to do exactly the same what you did the previous year or better. Ooh. If you do anything less, then that price tag, whatever you're asking for, is gone. Right. And that's just the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen, those who listening. So when Dalton Schultz got hit with that franchise tag and his numbers didn't equate to what he did the previous year, then of course they put him on the trading blocks, the chopping blocks, or what have you. And 31 other teams passed up on him until he circled back to the Texans. So that's just how that goes. And they were probably trying to do the same thing with Dak Prescott. But remember, he balled out on his franchise tag. And although the Cowboys went 8-8, keep this in mind. You don't get paid for actually, and I know this sounds crass, you don't get paid for going to the Super Bowl. You get paid for based off of your stat bases are. So,
Correct.
so that's what he got paid for, and that's why he got hit back with the franchise tag. And then when he got hurt, what they went by, they based it off of his stats.
Yeah.
Don't that
Because that's
humble
the
you like that market do it.
And
That
I'm-
market will humble you on it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
the market is the market.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is an accurate statement. Players don't get paid off of playoff performances.
They
Their
don't.
contracts,
No.
players don't even get paid by the NFL team in the playoffs by the NFL team. When a team goes to the playoffs, their salary is paid by the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because you're not going to punish an organization for achieving a goal, because you got to think like this. If you're a team and you got to go to the Super Bowl, that's 3 extra games you got to pay for. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you're a broke ass team, you be like, damn, I don't know if I want to pay that. You know what I mean? We might not even win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Typically, they don't. Typically, it seems like they don't pay players just because of, you know what I'm saying, because of the overall team success, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like Flacco. I mean, not Flacco, but
Folds.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he won the Super Bowl and they got rid of him. But I kind of liken this Jalen
Nick
Hurts
Foles- Nick
situation
Foles got paid.
semi.
Nick
Yeah,
Foles
they
got paid.
probably should have.
But not by the Eagles.
He
Yeah,
got paid by
but
the Jaguars.
yeah, but I kind of like in this situation semi. Just imagine. This is why I say I feel like it's they kind of jumped the gun semi to me. I think Jalen gonna do good, but I just don't think he's gonna be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, I don't think he's gonna reach that plateau again.
Yeah,
So
and
I'll say I look at this similar to, say for instance, if the Cowboys, I knew they couldn't, but say for instance, we would have just gave Dak a contract after 2016. Like, this the first year we seen him be phenomenal, and we just commit to him.
Yeah,
People would have been falling off their rocker. That's what I
I-
kind of liken this to.
I'm just gonna say it like this. They had like Cuz said, there's not really too much time to wait,
That's what I'm saying.
because he'll be an unrestricted free agent next year. So anybody and their mama, if he do ball out, let's say he duplicates his performance, he's a free agent on the open market. You know what I'm saying? So you
franchise tagged him.
but why would you want to do
Why
that?
would you want to do that?
And then the market, and then everybody else is going to sign again. Joe Burrow's going to sign. Justin Herbert's
And you
going to
got a
sign.
top 10 pick this year.
Listen,
Lamar Jackson going to sign.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen. You know what's
They
happening?
just believe in him though.
You know what I'm saying? If you believe him, pay him.
Fellas,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now, and this is a true statement. Listen to me. The exact same thing we just literally tried to ask the Philadelphia Eagles to do what the Dallas Cowboys did to Dak Prescott, and we just admitted that was wrong.
Yeah, because I feel like Dak is the guy. I
But-
don't think Jalen is
But
that guy.
they feel he the
You know
guy,
what I'm
so they
saying?
did it.
Yeah. True.
That's all they were saying.
That's the only gripe I got against it. That's what I'm
fellas,
saying.
and look about this. It's not necessarily about the guy. It's about also, can you replace the guy? Because it's like because it's like this, bro. Sometimes people get paid because you're looking at the foreseeable future. Because you got to think like this. Even if Jalen Hurts doesn't ball out this year, the Eagles should win at least 10 games, right? I would think they're on their schedule. They're gonna win at least 10 games, bro. I'm not gonna sit up here and hate. And they're gonna win.
They
at
got a
least
first
10.
place schedule though. I got to see how it goes.
Bro, we won 10, 12 games of a first place schedule. Like, I don't believe the Eagles are just about to fall off. I'm sorry. I'm
I'm saying they got a lot of changes though, so I have to see how it works, bro. I ain't saying they're a bad team,
I got
but they
them.
got a new DC, new OC.
Yeah,
all
I
kind
got
of
them
stuff.
pegged from first to worst, dog. I got them pegged from
Hey,
first to worst.
I'm telling you,
I got
it's a lot of moving parts over there, Wes. It's a lot of moving parts.
this is what I would say. This is what I would say, right? This is what I would say.
Go ahead.
They had more moving parts coming in the year before. Only difference is they were returning from the playoffs. They have listen to me. Y'all got to remember, the parts around Jalen Hurts haven't changed. The offense is damn near exactly the same. It's the defense. Jalen Hurts doesn't affect the defense. They have their offense is intact unless there's something that's going to be different with Lane Johnson. The only thing that changed differently on their offense is freaking they don't have Miles Sanders no more. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
OC.
Yeah, we have a new OC. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got a season now. See what happened here was, and I hate to just talk too much about the Eagles, but it's just what it is. They went and got AJ Brown, and they also went and got a Zach Pascal. So they went and got multiple guys to help out Jalen Hurts, and of course Dallas Goedert was no one to sneeze at, and they ran the ball. So they went and got pieces. Now what the Cowboys tend to do during the offseason last year is getting one piece, and it was James. Y'all say it with me. Washington. So if that was the same situation and scenario, right? If the Cowboys would have did the same thing, they wouldn't have got an AJ Brown. We would have just got a Zach Pascal and said, "Hey, Dak, make it work, make it happen." You know what I'm saying?
James, go on say it. Go on hit your slogan. There you go.
Yes. And draft the Jalen Tolbert, who they thought that can replace what Amari Cooper brought to the table. And yes, we lost Cedric Wilson. Those two guys, Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, both of those guys accounted for 14 touchdowns. If you add them together, plus over 1,300 yards, if you add that together, passer rating when targeted, both of those guys were north of 122 passer rating. So you lose that, of course, everything else, the law of diminishing rates of return will answer itself. And you had elevated Noah Brown from the 5th option, right? All the way down to the 2nd option. You can't get better. You can't get better with that. Organically,
I'm gonna tell you this right here. Let me tell you this right here, right? I'm gonna tell you the amazing thing about this is right here. You know what you just told me? That the Dallas Cowboys put a plan together, and if it doesn't work, they still stick to it. You know what the Philadelphia Eagles do? They put a plan together, and if it doesn't work, you know what they do? They bring in not even abandon ship. They bring in dudes. Like, bro, how many free agents did the Philadelphia Eagles bring in last year on that team? Bro, they just kept bringing. See, that is the difference. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying anything scares me, but I'm just being. That's what I have respect for this team, and it's not even the Eagles as the actual football players. I'm talking about the Eagles as an organization. They have actually shown me that, guess what? Carson Wentz didn't work. So guess what they did? They moved on from him.
Yeah, the org get busy though. You can't hate on the organization.
One thing about the Eagles is they are not like, listen to me. We brought in our backup, our quarterback went down. And you know what we did? We brought in Andy Dalton. And when Andy Dalton went down, you know what we did? We brought in Ben DiNucci. When Ben
Gilbert.
We put in Garrett Gilbert.
Really, G.
Garrett Gilbert,
Think about this. In 2017,
DiNucci over there cooking, ain't it?
In 2017, when the Dallas Cowboys tried to sign Nick Foles to be their backup quarterback, you know what he told them? Not enough money. You know what he does? Go be the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Ends up winning the Super Bowl with them. That is the mentality that the Cowboy fans need to recognize. It's not the Eagles. If they see this ship going downhill, they will pull the reins and be like, no, we got to do something else. Go get Robert Quinn. Go get Ndamukong Suh. Go get
Lindell Joseph.
Go get Lindell Joseph. Go get Grainer Minshew as our backup quarterback. Why? Because our starting quarterback may not be able to stand up. That is what's not necessarily intimidating, but that's what I respect about the Eagles. And that's why I said, if the Cowboys had that mentality, we would be in the same situation, bro.
Can I give some credit real quick? Because they did try to do that at cornerback too. They saw that Anthony Brown got hurt. You know, they tried to move the run Bland out there. It didn't work with him. They brought in Mullins. You know, they brought in Hank because we were having trouble with the run game. And then they eventually, what's the boy that used to play for the Vikings? What was his name?
Time out. First off,
no, not Anthony Barr, the cornerback.
You don't get credit for a draft. Deron Bland was a draft pick. That was a draft.
No, I saw they moved him over there to try him out. They tried different things at cornerback too.
Well, it's a difference between going to the dollar store, bringing in some guys to help out, versus going to the actual, legitimate store. Going to Saks Fifth Avenue or something like that.
Now, listen, hey,
go ahead.
Nah, I'm just gonna say they never gonna shop at Saks, but I give them credit. You know, they start trying to go to TJ Maxx. You know, I might just look them a little better. Xavier Rose, thank you. That's who it was I'm talking about.
The NFL draft is we shop at the Gap. We just shop at the Baby Gap, which is the NFL draft. Like, listen to me. We'll shop at Gucci. We just gonna shop at Baby Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we'll buy some baby Gucci slippers. Why? You want to know why? Because when that baby grows them out of them, I can give him the Law Son. And then when Law Son give him the ACM Son. And
see, that's one thing I did want to say, Wes. I think it's kind of sort of the tide is shifting a little bit though. I know that I think some of those arguments are kind of, you know what I'm saying? A couple of. I think we're going in the right direction with that. I think we're addressing
comparably. I'm not gonna say it's a complete change, but comparably, because
I said shifting. I didn't say an avalanche. I said
and we are. But let me say this. Let me explain this. because somebody in the chat are reading it. They said they were trying to compare AJ Brown movement to Amari Cooper's movement, and it was different. You know, the Cowboys were 3-5. It was a cry for desperation. So they gave Dak Prescott, that chance and opportunity for Amari Cooper. But hear me out. They really didn't believe in Amari Cooper like that.
Nope.
They allowed him to test the waters. If it wasn't for Amari Cooper's heart, he would have been at the Washington team for $4 million more. You know what I'm saying? So what he did was, hey, I will come back to pay for cheap, right? So it's two different situations. The Cowboys didn't believe it in Amari Cooper like the Eagles believe in AJ Brown.
I think the Cowboys kind of making a reputation for themselves to be that shade tree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, don't nobody want to do no business with these folks like this. Like,
True.
everybody knows somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Every time you try to negotiate with them, they gonna want to try to get the big end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never want to give in the negotiation process. And then what's so crazy about it, we hardly ever come out on top in these negotiations. So it's like, what do we be doing? We just want to muddy the waters for no reason. So I don't understand why we even want to be in that type of style. That's one of the things I gave credit to the Eagles for. It's like they at least do the negotiation clean and they don't make it public. You know what I'm saying?
And think about this, right? What we also got to understand is like you are dealing, like even though these are athletes and everybody looks at them as like these professional, just guys who have no anything, but it's like you also got to understand the heart of the person you're dealing with. Like I'm a type of person where I can get down with you in public. You can try to embarrass me and I'd just be fine. I'd be straight. Like I'm very self-confident. You know what I'm saying? But like some of these grown ass young men, I'm 40, so these kids, all these guys are younger than me. Some of these dudes they're not built where you can just be like, LeBron's gonna trade you, man, and then they go out there and drop 20 points. Like I remember a Laker team that was on a 7-2 run, right before the trade deadline. LeBron James, well, they said LeBron didn't do it, but his name was all over it. Well, there was some leaked information about players that they were considering trading a package to bring in some other guys that they knew LeBron wanted. Every person on that name's averages dropped over the remaining portion of that season. Want to know why? Because some people just they don't handle that well. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they say, Wes? If you can't take the heat, get up out the kitchen.
Hold on. Let me. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that philosophy at all. I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with that philosophy at all. Because this is paid football. Like you're paying me $255 million. You're not gonna stress me, the person who's trying to lead you to the Super Bowl. No, you need to accommodate to the player into their aspect. I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of these quarterbacks be having shrinks, bruh. Like this.
Let me address this super chat. Press Ham Talk says, Law, do you think Dak can get us there? And the answer to that question there is no. No individual can get you there. Joe Montana couldn't get the 49ers there. Troy by himself couldn't get the Cowboys there. Nope. John Elway, it took him almost 40 years. He couldn't do it by himself.
Montana, man. And listen,
Dan Marino.
He couldn't get them there. So it takes a complete team, and not just because you got all of the weapons. It also take a unique coordinator, defensive coordinator as well. It takes a complete team.
I want to say this real quick. And you know what? That's how football's supposed to be.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. We don't want football to be like the NBA 3 years ago. The reason why a lot of you guys don't watch the NBA, because you already know the outcome.
Right. Yeah. I was just going to say, man, and people talk about can Dak Prescott do it? Just look at his playoff numbers. Like Dak Prescott has elite production outside of the 2 49ers games. Against everybody else, those other games, he's 91 of 136. That's a 67 completion percentage, averaging 274.7 yards per game. Has a passer rating of 107.3, which would actually be the best of all time if it was just those games. 9 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, only 2 turnovers. You know, it's the 49er games that have people talking about this, but that's one team. So, you know, like if the Dallas Cowboys can just get past the 49ers, yes, Dak Prescott can help you get over the hump with everybody else. He's shown that in his history. Like we're not going to sit here and act like he didn't just have a 5-touchdown playoff game this same damn season.
Listen to me. If the Dallas Cowboys don't have a 49er problem, the Dak Prescott doesn't have a 49er problem. Kellen Moore has a
49er problem.
Well, past tense.
Listen to me. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now. the first video I made after we lost in the playoffs was this, and it's still up right now. It says the Dallas Cowboys have a decision to make. You need to either go all in on Kellen Moore or you need to go all in on Dak Prescott. But those guys together are not designed to beat the 49ers. Why? Because Kellen Moore's system is a system that's built on options and curls. Those are routes they're going to turn and move right in front of the cornerback. Well, guess what? Any system that's built off of that is also meaning you got to get yak yards. That means you think that you have wide receivers and playmakers who can get yak yards, who can get loose and active, which we do. But the only problem is when you play a team like the 49ers, who's also what? The best tackling football team in football, that's playing right into their game because all they're going to do is just let you catch the ball and tackle your ass. And that's it.
Yeah, and if anybody watched the Houston Texans this year, right? If you go into this year, if they play the Chargers, you would see the same thing. You can't pass on that particular style. And the reason why I'm saying that because DeMeco Ryans is now the Texans head coach, and you can't outpass that. You can't pass on that particular style of defense. You got to run it. You got to establish the run. And the Cowboys, and when you look back at both of the games, we never established the run. The Niners embrace you passing. Case in point, I got evidence to prove that. Aaron Rodgers, the best quarterback in the last 15 years, right? He's nature boy. Woo! Everybody loves him. But he had a 49er problem. And people better realize
he was getting smoked against the
Niners. He was getting
Niners.
smoked. Y'all look it up. So many people have expectations for Dak Prescott to do something that even Aaron Rodgers couldn't do. And he allegedly, or he do, have a better arm than Dak Prescott. But he couldn't beat the Niners.
Theoretically, Tom Brady had a 49er problem last year. Like, like this is the thing. Like, there are people always say there's like what happens when great offense meet great defense. Typically, great defense typically wins.
That's why they still try to say defense win championships.
That's just because. Go ahead.
That's the only difference is it's a little validity to people saying can the quarterback do it. The only reason is because, like, far as defense wins championships, but it's no defense for a perfect pass. That's why they try to say stuff like that. Well, but no quarterback is going to be perfect consistently. You know what I'm saying? You can do it more times than not, or a decent percentage of the time, but you're not just going to be perfect every pass. You don't have perfect pass.
I would say this, though.
Think about this. The NFL record right now is like 76%. So if you were grading on a scale, that means the best person to ever throw a football had a C average.
I mean, 76% like in a season. For like a season, I think like career. I think career rise like the highest completion percentage is like 70. So like you're right. So like it's even lower than that.
The best quarterback to ever do it was a C average, and the reason being is because defense is all reactionary. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, this is what I've learned in being in from coaching, like from just being coaching and coaching a program. Most big plays are not because athletes, bro. Most big plays are because someone did not go where they were supposed to go. Someone fell down. Like, and this is just at the little kids stage. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the NFL, what?
It's a super right though.
Hey, shout out to the super chat. When you get to this level, it's the talent is so equal. You know what I'm saying? That it really is. Wow, it really is. It really do come down to like, did the guy make a mistake or was it a blown coverage? And that's why like guys like Sean McVay, like that's why I put Sean McVay above a lot of offensive coordinators, because if you go look at his play calling and the wide receivers that go into his system, it doesn't matter who he is, bro. Who wide receiver? Everybody's open, bro. That's the offensive coordinator, bro. Like that's him.
Yeah, it ain't many of those either. You know what I'm saying? You got McVay and you got Shanahan. Those probably the two that can scheme your way to the top. See, the Joneses thought Kellen was like that. That's what it seems like. And that he finagled his way around the office and made them believe it. I don't even know how. He made them look. I'm telling you, I feel like the way Kellen tricked them into thinking the scheme could be the star, I feel like that affected the way we even did free agency and everything. That's why you got a James Washington in here. That's why you get Law said you got a James who?
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
You
That's
know?
why you got that guy over here. That's why you ain't going after real free agents.
Hey, landlord.
Because you got these normal Jags out here thinking that the system can enhance them. And that's not true.
Landlord, listen to me. Listen to me. I know you gonna get this when I say, because I was on your profile looking at your pictures. You know what I'm saying? You look like one of them dudes. Do you buy when you go to the mall, right? You buy you about to go get dope or fresh. You got the ones and the fives. You know what Jesus
very nefarious.
You know what I'm saying? You know what Jesus said. We're taking the ones and the fives and we going to the mall. You feel me?
Yeah.
So listen to me. Is you buying your shoes first or is you buying your outfit first?
You always get the shoes first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's how I know. That's how I know, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys, you know what they be doing? They buy the outfit first.
Now they ain't got nothing to
You
mess
walk
with.
around getting an aqua that kind of look like the aqua, but it don't really look like the.
Yeah. They got to make it blend in.
Yeah,
you got to squint your eyes so you can see the comparison.
You know how you have to ask your wife. You be like, "Well, it's the color up here and the shoes down here. You can't tell the difference."
You got to explain it to your gal. It don't match.
and the expectations for the Cowboys to take a guy that was a quarterback coach, then elevate him to be the offensive coordinator. You had to know that there was expectation that this dude wouldn't have been a Sean McVay or even Kyle Shanahan. Both of those guys were on the Washington team at one point, right? They cut from the same cloth. They got it out of the mud, and they earned their spot to be coaches. Now, granted, Sean McVay, he got him a Super Bowl, and Kyle Shanahan, hey, he been to multiple Super Bowls now. And Mike Shanahan, all of those boys pretty much learn from him. So it's going to be a situation and scenario that the Cowboys just went to bed with that because of the expectations of them taking someone who didn't have the pedigree to get there.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to say who is the best offensive coordinator in football, I would have to say Shanahan. You want to know why?
Shanahan, easily.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you for this single reason, he has literally, and this is scary what he's doing. He has found out he's found our way to be successful with below average quarterback, and that is scary for the NFL.
Look, no lie.
Landlord, hey, DC4 Light sent you and me $5, man.
Oh, appreciate that. Sir.
Hey, shout out to you, my boy.
I can say this right now.
Go back
I can pull my receipts. I can pull my receipts. When the year, that's why you right about Shanahan. The year that McVay got a quarterback, I said we done messed around and let Sean McVay get a quarterback. And look what happened. As soon as he got a decent quarterback, he won a Super Bowl. I said, I swear I can go pull my receipts right now. I said we done let this man get a quarterback. And he went right the next year and won the Super Bowl. So you right about Shanahan. He the only person who can make a formidable team without real quarterback play. It's crazy. So, but that'll make the naive fan look at that and take it for face value. Like, okay, you got Brock Purdy right here and you got Dak Prescott right here. How did Brock Purdy win? Oh, he's better. Dak is not good. That's that craziness that needs to be out of here.
I mean, Brock Purdy beat Tom Brady. So is he better than Tom Brady too?
Hold on, wait a minute. For one, this gonna be quick. One thing, look. Brock Purdy is playing the Dallas Cowboys defense. Dak is playing the San Francisco 49ers defense. See, I shouldn't have to explain this. This is why those type of arguments are just foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
It's very foolishness. And then on top of that, when you know the scheme, you play the scheme and you play it and you perfect your system. Think of this, and a lot of people don't know this. My brother is a diehard 49er fan. The 49ers versus the Rams all-time record is 1-7. They absolutely dominate the Rams. The Rams only won one game against the Niners, right? So I mean 7-1. So that goes to show you that the only time they lost was in that playoff game, and that game wasn't really a blowout, right? So Shanahan do know how to utilize the weapons that he got or what have you on the offensive side of the coin. Even if they were to have, let's say, probably a Cam Newton or another quarterback in the playoff, they probably would have beaten the Eagles.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know the NFL is rooting for Shanahan because if the NFL, if they can find a way to devalue the quarterback position, oh my God.
Look, you know the matchup we lost. This is gonna be real quick.
It's gonna be cracking next year.
Everybody think about the Cowboys versus the Niners. The matchup we lost was D'Amico Ryans versus Kellen Moore. That's the matchup we lost.
Oh my!
That's the matchup we lost. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look at Dak. Oh my God, Dak is terrible. But the matchup that we can't get over was Kellen and D'Amico Ryans. And D'Amico has been dragging the flow with Kellen Moore.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. Like one thing, and also, and you know, the scary thing that really scared me the most about, and we gonna after we do this, when we gonna give y'all 10 minutes of draft content. After I say this, and we gonna give y'all that's gonna be your content because we gonna be at the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true that.
This is what I say. The scariest thing that scared me about Kellen Moore is they gave that dude a whole year. A whole year to prepare for the 49ers, bro. A whole year. And you know what Kellen Moore did? He sat a whole year and said, when I play the 49ers again, I'm going to beat them. I'm going to try to beat them the exact same way I lost to them.
Time out. Pause. Right there. When he got his moment. Hold on. When he got his moment, you know what he did?
What?
When he got his moment, the biggest moment of his life, his chance to spin back on the Niners and beat them once and for all. This is like a story, ain't it? Once and for all, he got a chance to beat the 49ers. This man came out there with curl routes almost every down. First down, second down, third down. We couldn't even get a first down. Look, you can't blame that on your quarterback, man. You gotta blame that on your OC. You mean to tell me, okay, look, even if the people that don't realize, okay, if you feel like Dak Prescott is trash, right? Even if you're a Cowboy fan, you feel like Dak ain't the great guy.
Bob Huck in the building.
It's your OC fault for not knowing how to handle him. Your OC supposed to be able to match that. That's what Jalen Hurts OC did. Your OC supposed to be like, okay, my quarterback ain't that good. I'm finna run the ball. I'm finna throw a screen. I'm finna do something to make this work. Your job is to make the offense work and succeed, not to make the quarterback do it. Like y'all don't get that.
And guess what? That's why when I'm in Walmart and I see badass kids, I want to whoop they badass parents. I ain't even mad at the kid. I want to whoop your ass for not whooping their ass. Hell,
because you allowed that. You allowed that.
Allowing it, bro.
If I tell you, look, that's just like when Brock Purdy broke his elbow or whatever. When they got him in the game, what they tried to do? They tried to make it work. He couldn't throw no more. They tried their best to make it work. They weren't able to do it, but hey, that's the cards you dealt. You got to make it work. My bad, Law. Go ahead.
No. That's what you get from peer-to-peer coaching too. You know, you got a guy that was on the team with you. You know what I'm saying? To become your coach, and 9 times out of 10, that ain't gonna work.
Somebody said you can audible any play, but don't you know when you audible, it's gonna be a whole nother Kellen Moore play. So, I don't think
think about this, right? When Kellen Moore was a backup quarterback, this is for real. Your last stomach, then we're gonna give y'all who. After I say this, I'm gonna say who y'all think we picking at pick 26, and we're gonna just push on, right? This is something we got to think about with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was a backup quarterback. We all been assistant pimps at some point in our life. We're at a job or waiting on a girl to break up with a dude so you can get with her. You know what I'm saying? We've all been that assistant pimp at some point. And while we're looking at that person in that position that you have, you're thinking, I'm better than this dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, imagine if that dude that was looking at you saying, I'm better than this dude, is now your boss. It's now your boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I believe that Kellen Moore was an extremely, integrous and good moral plea person. But I ain't gonna lie, you can't tell me there was some times where he screwed my boy, man. I don't give a damn what nobody say, bro. 2nd and 2, you trying to throw the ball, bro? Like, come on, bro.
I just can't tell people that watch film just can sit up and say Dak is trash. Like film gave me a whole different outlook on the way I look at Dak playing quarterback.
We got 10. And listen, somebody said 7 years of tape. Yeah, this is mostly good tape. The man has a winning record. He's 61 and 30. He's 61 and 38. Top 25 all time in win percentage. Top 10 in passer rating, completion percentage, and TD to interception ratio. So he's a great quarterback.
And you know what's crazy too? We have 7 years of tape, and there's fans that say Dak is trash, right?
What tape did you watch?
Listen to me, listen to me. The 49ers have 2 quarterbacks. Between the 2 of them that they're trying to decide, they have played 12 games. The rookie, the kid they drafted 3rd overall, he's played 4 total games. Purdy, he's played 8 total games. Imagine going into the 23-3 season with a quarterback. I don't give a damn if he's 7-1. I don't give a damn if he's 8-0. With a quarterback who's only started 8 games in the NFL. Like, we gotta really look at some of the stuff that people are doing. Like, it's easy to be good in 8 games versus being good in 90.
Yeah.
Like, Dak doesn't even have, like, I'm going to tell you a powerful stat about Dak. Dak doesn't even really have ugly losses. His worst loss, honestly, was a playoff game to the 49ers where he threw 2 interceptions and still only lost by 6.
I love Romo to death. Romo had a 6 interception game or something, didn't he? He had a crazy interception game. Like, hey,
Buffalo Bills.
We are viewed upon differently. We never had a back-to-back loss this past season, but every loss, it felt like the sky was burning.
That ain't no joke, bro.
Out of the sky. And on top of that, man, when you look at everything, y'all, look, I've seen some people say, well, he led the league in interception. Didn't Matthew Stafford lead the league in interception? And wasn't he himself a 13 years guy, you know what I'm saying, that couldn't get over the hump? So come on, y'all. It takes a complete team. And as good as Aaron Donald, we can even flip it to the defensive side before we talk about the draft. As good as Aaron Donald, he couldn't do it himself. They had to go get a Jalen Ramsey. They had to go get a Leonard Floyd. They had to go get a big boy, Sean Robinson, to put inside. So, yes, it takes a complete team, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, let's go. We got 10 minutes, man, for my guys got to get up here. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hey, hit the sound, Law.
Oh, you talking about the draft sound, huh? Okay, I got you.
All right, well, each one of us going to go through it real quick with the 26th pick. The Dallas Cowboys select, I believe, the best available guard at that point. The reason being is because I believe that, I'm going to just tell y'all this right now, repair the line. I think that's the guard position right now is the one position that the Dallas Cowboys can improve the entire team. Why? Because you'll be able to run the ball. And I'm going to tell you this right here. This is not the year to have my quarterback not standing up. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Pick number 26. I would like to Dallas.
I'm going to definitely need the cue on mine.
Go ahead.
Hey, I want the Dallas Cowboys to select the best player available. And it really does not matter the position as long as it's not a tight end or a quarterback.
Michael Mayer.
Y'all better not draft no damn quarterback. We got y'all better not draft no tight end. We got tight ends at home.
So basically, then you're not drafting best player available. You're basically drafting best player available according to your need. It's kind of like when your lady say, "Hey, every man on here that heard this. So, baby, what you want to eat tonight?" Or you ask her. No, it's better. It's when you ask her, "Baby, what you want to eat tonight?"
Are you hungry?
No, they're gonna take all day.
Do you want anything to eat? She say no. You know, I don't want anything to eat. If you go and you grab something, you better make sure you grab something for her. You know, I know the storyline about that.
You know? Thank you, Law. It's Law.
Like
I'm home.
You pulling a Whataburger, she gonna be like, "But I don't want Whataburger."
Yeah.
Then we can go anywhere though.
Yeah.
Then she disagree with everything you suggest. So,
boy,
hey, that's literally. I never thought about it like that, but that's literally the draft in a nutshell.
Yeah, on my mama.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say it like this, like, you know, according to, like he said, it really is like that according to your need, because, you know, like, I also don't want them to overreach, right? Let's say they might need a guard, but there's not a guard left with a first round grade, and take the best player available then. You know what I mean?
Say the percentage is real quick. I think it's something like 80-20.
But listen to me, bro.
80 DPA, 20 need.
Bro, if the Dallas Cowboys draft the best available defensive end, I'm gonna be pissed, bro.
Why?
Because
that room full.
It's full. Hey, it's full, but the guy's on the way out.
Bro,
You got 4 guys, and you can use them. And you can use them.
Bro,
look,
right
I don't care about the future.
Breaking news: the Cowboys are now trading.
Lord!
Somebody gotta go, bro. Somebody gotta listen. We don't need more sacks, bro. We don't. What are we gonna do with all these sacks?
Sacks, man.
So that's why I say.
Who draft pick is on now? It's on you, Lion.
No, it's on Landlord. It's on. But listen to me. But there are some positions that we can agree that we don't need. We don't need another defensive end. Come on, bro.
I don't want to draft nothing for future in the first 2 rounds. I want for now in the first 2 rounds.
Give him the sound. I'm liking what you said.
Yeah, give me the sign. Breaking news: the Dallas Cowboys have traded the 26th
knew you
pick
was gonna say
for DeForest Buckner from the Indianapolis Colts. That's what I want to see. 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 Look, ain't nothing more. I want to be win now in this draft, right? I think the most win now possible that you can actually have is to trade. Go do the Eagles just did it last year. A draft day trade, bro. We would go crazy at the draft if we did a draft day trade.
I'm taking all my clothes off running next.
We going to jail then. It look like we going to jail.
You French? We
going to jail.
Let me find out.
What is this we? What you told me, landlord? What is this we?
Look. I just say, man. Look, this my sentiments right here. All I'm saying is
my mama gonna be mad. I know that.
I want win now, and if I could get win now, like at the top is the peak win now mode would be a draft day trade for me. I'm super win now.
Oh my!
If we draft anything, if the Cowboys draft anything for future in the first 2 rounds, I want to go holler at Dollar Bill Jones. I got to talk about it. I got to talk to him.
I'm pissed, bro. Hey, I'm the same way. Listen to me, bro. The way I felt right now from you just saying it, I can imagine being at the draft and
we'll go crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If the Dallas Cowboys do something like that, you know what ESPN is gonna say? We're finally gonna be one of those. The Dallas Cowboys are instant. You are an instant Super Bowl contender right there.
Man, that defense will be historic.
Bro,
that's a historic defense to me.
You can't run, you can't pass. What are you doing, the Dallas Cowboys?
They will write poems about that defense. I'm telling you.
You said they write poems.
They might have a monument. They might have a monument in the middle of Dallas about that defense.
They call it soliloquies. They call it
Yes, indeed.
All right, you should give yourself the sound, man.
All right. With the 26th pick of the 2023 draft, the Cowboys select Anton Harrison. You know, I think that will be the move that the Cowboys. It would be a safe situation because think about it. All 5 of those guys on the offensive line are in question, right? You don't know where Tyler Smith is. He left tackle, left guard. Tyler Biotish, he may want more and more money next season. Zach Martin, shout out to my guy, Coach Marv. He talked about what if the possibility that Zach Martin may want to retire. Also, Terrence Steele is still up in the air on how they feel about him. So, and then we still have a glaring big hole at left guard. So I think that the Cowboys, I know we've been drafting guards and offensive linemen for a minute in the first round or what have you, but it could be a situation that the Cowboys draft a tackle right there.
We need a guard too, because our last 2 guards we lost them in free agency.
Question is this a tackle who can play guard or a guard who can play tackle?
This is a tackle. It's tackle with good feet, man.
Question, y'all.
Yeah.
They just said Tyler Smith is the tackle, basically. That was Stephen Jones pretty much hinted on.
They say a lot of things that I pray that God rebukes.
When he say that?
He said it yesterday.
In the last interview, he basically said he see him as the tackle of the future.
So then why are we not drafting a guard, fellas? What are we doing?
I don't want to reach for one though. I'll tell you that.
I think the tackles are a little bit more skilled and normally
and deep.
So who's gonna be a guard?
Somebody in the second round.
I draft a Villa in the second round.
Draft a Villa at 58.
Yeah, Villa might be there in 58.
I mean,
my question is, are we so you're drafting a second round guard to start this year? Because right now you need someone to start, man. You need
we're going to have the first round grade outside of Torrance,
Torrance, yeah.
That's the only guard that had the first round grade from what I've heard.
Or unless you got to get creative with it and make you a tackle into a guard.
I don't like doing that. We do that everywhere. We do that in every position. We had corners playing safety. We got all kinds of stuff. I don't want that.
That's football right now, though. That's football.
College tackles make better guards, right? Yeah, so Zach Martin was a tackle. They converted him into a guard. So
Williams, that didn't work out.
It's risky. You got to get creative though.
Hey, look, Connor Williams had to move to center though, because he moved to center. He played pretty damn good over there in Miami.
Yeah. Connor Williams always been.
I wish we thought of that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have to look at it in a dual type aspect. You got to, because just like you said, he might be a good tackle, but he might be. That's why BPA. This draft is such a crazy place, because BPA and need is so crazy. Yo, BPA may be a tight end. Y'all asking for BPA. Look, you don't know what they boy look like. I don't want BPA either. I want a good player. I want a good mix.
Landlord,
That's what I'm gonna say.
if they got multiple guys tags that's touching, right? Let's say 5 or 6, and BPA somehow being the tight end at that spot, then trade down. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I would hope, but I'm talking about, but BPA is basically saying they gonna go out for they board, not our board.
Our board.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, that's what people fail to realize. They talking so glowingly about these tight ends, bro. I am afraid of BPA almost at this
All right,
point.
hold on, landlord. You putting it like that, it had some go off in my head when you said that shit.
I'm telling you, bro. They love these tight ends. That BPA may be tight end for them. Please stop saying BPA.
Have you guys noticed that? Listen to me. BPA is something you say after the fact. You know what I'm saying? It's like BPA. Oh, why did you draft him? Because he was BPA. Why did you draft Micah Parsons? Because he was because he's Micah Parsons. Why did you draft Charles? Oh, because he was BPA. Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. You look. That's why I said I likened it to.
I hear what you're saying though.
Look, I likened it to like the investor who invests in the S&P 500. It's a safe way to go. You know what I'm saying? You guaranteed to get some decent returns, but you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get as much of a return if you take a chance on one of these other ones. So BPA is the safe way to go. But you know what I'm saying? You might get a good player, but you might not know where to put them. That's what type of stuff BPA had you doing. And then
that's
100% need had you reaching. That's all.
Well, that's why you make sure you solidify everything in the free agency. You have a known commodity versus the unknown. Since we're speaking of stocks or what have you, you got all the times the stock market can be very volatile on a number that you never seen before, right? But if you know what the S&P is going to be, then let's just make sure that when we put our money to it, something that we can get some positive things in return. We don't need a lot of starters, y'all. I think our biggest hole is on the offensive
exactly
line.
that. I said, give me 4 players. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah.
I don't need 7.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you like this, like, the mindset I've always said is you build your team in free agency and you use the draft to replenish backups and key priorities, key backups and key backups. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going into the draft with a need, you did not use free agency. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you go to Christmas and people don't think you're thankful, what the hell happened on Thanksgiving? You can't have Christmas without Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. So it's like the thing that I would say, and I just recognize I'm a real hard critic on the Cowboys. Y'all know that I love my team, but I just feel I have invested so much time and money into this team where I am at the point now where I don't give them the credit. I don't give them the benefit. I don't.
You're scoring, ain't you?
And I'm gonna tell you why I don't give them the benefit of credits, because I go to draft, I go to the training camp, I'm there along with this draft around this process. So there's no reason for me to get, like right now. I don't have to have faith in training camp, because guess what? Me and Law Nation gonna be walking around there with some big ass straw hats.
Hey, shout out to Michael McQuaid for the $5 donation. I appreciate you, brother.
And landlord gonna pull up on y'all.
And you spitting the truth, man, Wes, because you was hard on CD, right? You know, and CD didn't really get out until the Green Bay came, and he was kind of hot and cold in that one, so we get with what you're saying with that, and I think that the Cowboys should be the same way.
Yeah, that was a good example of a good bet, a bet that actually went your way.
Right.
Betting on CD Lamb being a number 1. But that was a bet that went your way.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you guys this before we start wrapping it up. That is, I think, that's why if you're a content creator, there are just some things that are like the mecca of content. And I think training camp, the draft, these are like everybody can go to the games. Like fans go to the games. Content creators don't even go to games. Fans go to games, right? But I'm gonna tell you this: you're going to like the draft, and when you're doing things like training camp, like we all 4 of us, we're all Cowboy outsiders because we're always there. You know what it does? When people try to tell Law Nation, oh no, James Washington's about to change the dynamics of the league and what we're about to do in Dallas, and y'all sitting there at training camp like, I'm looking at him every day.
Yeah.
Like, or when I was
That's
going,
the sound that go off when when they say that in his head. Like,
yeah, or think about this, or like people were so hard on me about CeeDee Lamb, but it's like, yo, when we were at training camp, two things I knew for sure: Dennis Houston was the best wide receiver at camp, and Deron Bland was the best corner. I didn't know who number 30 was, but that dude was nice. You know what I'm saying?
But I think we semi-victim of our success in closing, man, because I got to get up out of here. But I think we semi-victims of our own success. Like, just like I said the other day, just imagine if I told you if we had a problem. So we don't have a cornerback problem right now. But what if I told you I got this 5th round rookie? Can I interest you in a 5th round rookie coming in, starting that cornerback? Can I interest you in that? You'll be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think we so great at drafting, man. It kind of stress out a lot of different other aspects.
It's like when you pay it. It's like when you pay your lot. It's like when you when you're walking down the street and you ain't paid your rent and you find a scratcher and it's exactly for the amount of money for your rent. You're like,
yeah, it's like.
So the next month you go right before rent's due. You go walking down that same street like, I know I'm gonna find another scratcher.
Look, that's the Cowboys. We'll try that again. We'll try that again.
Oh, winning the play.
We'll expect that again.
Hey, and you know what? I know you got to run. But that's why they don't value Terrence Steele. It's undrafted guy.
That's what Beyonce said. I can make another you in a minute.
Hey, and just to put this into perspective, like you said, the Dallas Cowboys have the 4th best career production over expectation for the guys that they draft. You know, since like 2012 or something like that. So they're getting a lot of good guys in the later rounds. Like, hey, look at Dak Prescott, 4th round pick. You know, Tony Pollard made a Pro Bowl as a 4th round pick. Matter of fact, you look at the guys who are currently starting on your team. Like, there's like 7 of them that were drafted in the 4th or 5th round.
Or even a crazy Anthony Brown. You know what I'm saying?
6th round pick.
I think I just coined a new cowboy expression.
Yeah.
Cowboy draft hubris. That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's why exactly what it is. Hey, before we get out of here, that's why I've always said this though. If you're a guy, like a later round guy, you want to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah. Best chance in the world to play.
Because all you got to do is ball and you in there.
Or just wait, or think about this. You don't even got a ball. You just got to wait for the person in front of you to get hurt, and you're going to get an opportunity. Think about this. There are people in the league who have gotten hurt that have been backups, right? The starter got hurt and they still didn't get an opportunity.
They brought somebody in through free agency.
Right. But Cowboys know. Yes, indeed.
But hey, man, this has been, what is today? Wednesday.
Hump day.
Hump day. Hey, man, listen to me, man. As soon as we get off this show, I'm gonna jump in Law's inbox and start telling him on why we need to do this every Wednesday. Call it like a hump day show or something, because man, these numbers on this show is ridiculous. Everybody's getting content. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. We ain't even got to the suck yet. This is the good part. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to the May and June where we really, really gonna need each other. You feel me? So hey, this was a dope show. One thing I love about everybody on this show, man, is this show happened off of a 5-minute conversation. Law, you want to do it? Yep. H, you want to do it? Yep. Law, Land, you want to do it? Yep. And that's how it is, man. Hey, this off season, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Keep your notifications on. Keep your notifications on. Hey, Law Nation, I appreciate you for sliding through, man. Hey, let them know when you're going live again today.
Supposed to do a show with Ashley Baker around, I think 7 or 8 o'clock, so we should be live. And this week on Friday, we doing a special show, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. So y'all get ready for that, man. Me and Cormier and my brother, the Twin Maker, and we may have a special guest on.
And if you're taking Ryan Garcia, stay your ass at home.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Already, man.
It Ryan Garcia quick though. It's gonna be a good one.
HTM going live again.
Oh shit, man. Apparently I'm going to go live if Law going live at 8, I'm going live at 7. If he's going live at 7, I'm going live at 6. So y'all tell me.
Gotta get in where you fit in.
Gotta get in where you fit in.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Landlord, when you
But yeah, man, y'all know I'm Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media. I probably be going live tomorrow. I usually go live like 11 o'clock, right out the sky. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get in where I fit in as well. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to say, man, I appreciate doing content with y'all, man. It was an honor to do my first show with Law Nation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, man, reaching that 100K milestone, man. That's great for the whole space. And we appreciate everything you do for the nation, man. But I appreciate all the love and support. I got to get up out of here, man. This was a great show, though.
Yes, sir. And hey, man, we look forward to doing it again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know who I am. It's your boy West Coast. I tell y'all, I'm a Cowboy life streamer, not a live streamer. So I don't know when the hell I'm gonna go live again. But I promise you this, right around that time when you be like, what in the hell just happened? You're gonna hear West Coast is live. God damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right around that time. So just keep your ear low to the grapevine. And as soon as I go live, we're gonna be live. But I'll probably go live later on tonight. Oh, I will go live later on tonight for an hour. So you guys already know what it is. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you at the draft. You guys already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.